Hi everyone, it's Melanie again. It's around 11 o'clock p.m. on a Friday night. It is May 28th, and excuse me, I just want to go over how my day went today. The day went pretty good. I pretty much chilled in my house. The only time I really get to go out is if I go long distance, like if I go like to Chicago and it takes me like 4 hours to get there. So I didn't do that because basically I ended up being a commuter, being somebody who traveled, from where I live to back to Chicago to visit and to kind of rehash those old memories, of being in Chicago and how it was for me. So the other thing is, I met a girl who I know I sound when I say that I sound gay, but seriously, I met a girl who I thought it was strange. That's why parents need to really put up the parental blockers because it's some weirdos out there. I think she tried to befriend me in order to gain ratings or something to up her career as being a journalist. Well, personally, I don't think she writes that well because her personality is not that good, and writers have a certain personality. And then the other thing is she's not personable, she's not a likable person, so it's not a lot of good writers out there now. People are covering stuff that's just ridiculous, and some of the things they're saying, like in free speech and all that type of stuff, hate speech, is really inappropriate. She said something to me that I thought was very bad. She said she can never fully understand what it's like to be black. But for her to say that to a black person is offensive. In any culture across the board, any black person knows that the first thing about embracing another culture is learning to understand and embrace them, and not to say what you don't understand but what you want to understand. So I unfriended her way before she unfriended me. She was just trying to gain ratings and get ideas and stuff as a journalist, but she live in California. She can stay in California because she would never make it in New York because, for one thing, being in New York, you have to be quick, and she couldn't even get past step one as far as having any game or any skills and how to enterprise and network. She don't have any viewers. She have friends, but it's other girls who look sleazy, and not sleazy, but I know I don't look sleazy, but those girls do look like bisexual girls, just nasty girls that on the top they look okay, but if you go beneath, it's like, oh my god, I've seen girls like that in movies, and seriously, it's whew, believe me, she is not, she's trash. So anyway, and she wants to be a writer, but it was not the point that how her body looked or how her friends look, but you are defined by your friends. That's why I unfriended her. But it's just the point is she do not have good character, and you need good character, and you need to have discipline if you're going to have any type of success in life. So my discipline is strong in some areas, but it's not as strong in other areas. But she didn't have any self-control as far as her emotions and her negativity, as far as being insecure or being jealous of other people, because I totally thought that she was jealous for her to throw like that one liner out there at me saying I'll never understand. It's just like saying, I just want to use you, let me use you on YouTube, let me use you for information, for status or whatever, just to get ahead. And I thought that was very shady, and people like that do not get success that way. If they do, they don't. If they keep it, they'll have to basically sell their soul, you know to the devil. So that being said, that's just my thought about how women, I mean, we're the same age. I'm 35, and it's like women can be so immature. Seriously, not all women, but that lady is a bad representation of how women, a mature woman, should be. It's like the outside is done, but the inside is just like, whoa. It's like it was so many things, and unfortunately, I met women like that, when I was a kid, because it was just like anytime I tried to meet and hang out with another culture or whatever race, then it was always like a big controversy about our differences. But it wasn't about our differences, it was about our insecurities. And it's sad to say that we have not grown enough for us to unify as American citizens. I can take responsibility for myself in knowing that I haven't unified and grown up enough to be able to deal with a female like that who thinks that she should be entitled to my um, awesomeness and resources and luck, because just because she's a white person. She made it seem like white privilege is better than black privilege, and I don't see myself as a victim, but my part in it was me being immature and saying that, okay, I'm going to throw rocks and stones back at you, because when really I should have rewound the tape when I was a kid and I encountered girls who was controversial to me based on my culture and my status in society. I should have just confronted them and said, look, you know what? You have many strengths. You are beautiful. I'm thinking of the girls, like it was probably 3 or 4 of them or whatever. But mostly I had harmonious friendships and relationships, growing up. But I'm just saying, like with friends and stuff, it was only a couple, but when I was 11, I had the best, luckiest friend ever that I could ever have. Her name was Cassandra Wilson. And she told me that I was going to be very lucky in life because she thought that I had a very spiritual foundation, and she thought that she would just bless me for no reason. So I had some really good relationships, but when I met other people who was a little out of circle, my social circle, it was difficult. It was challenging to mesh with them, but I want to try again. I had a successful. It was only a few, like I can count on my hand how many, but I had a boyfriend who I loved out of my race. Nobody can tell me that I didn't love him. I know that I think he felt the test though. He might have won and been successful at like trying to like own me as a black person, but I think that I won in the sense of me having the most range, the most open-mindedness, open-heartedness, and me stepping completely out of my box in order to embrace him and meet him somewhere in the middle. And I did. So with me meeting that girl, maybe it was just backlash from me talking about him, on YouTube. Maybe she saw the video and was just thinking, well, I'm just gonna pull her card or pull her leg or something and say that, she can get along well with men, but she can't get along well with women. Well, I can get along well with women, but if a woman wants to try to bring out the worst in me, sometimes I can be human and fall for the bait. And unfortunately, I did today. But fortunately, the day is over, so I can start over tomorrow. And about that, I just wish the world of America all the happiness and all the love and the peace and the prosperity and the potential that we can ever have on Mustard, because we deserve goodness and we shouldn't have to step on each other in order to get it. So those are my thoughts, and yeah, that's it.